Let me know how is the audio.
I will listen to it once I see it. Once I hear it. Okay, great. I think it's
The audio is good.
yeah, audio is good.
Okay.
Okay. You can go now. I'll just cut you. I'll just bring it in now. So you can go live now.
Okay, go live. I'm going to take a moment and wait for people to come online.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I don't want to rush. I get to, but when I have about 400 people like last time, then I will go on. I have close to 150 something now. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm dropping. I'm dropping.
Okay, great.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very special broadcast. I would take a few minutes to wait and expect more viewers to join because this information is very critical, it's very important, and I do not want to go live with just less than three-quarter of the audience that we need. Right now, I have 280 tune in right now. I will wait when we hit 400 people. I will start the live broadcast. We have 302 right now. And please share the video. Share the video as you come online, as you join. Share the video so that we can get as many listeners as possible, and we can get also the information as to spread as much as possible. If you are coming online, please share the video, share the link on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on your Twitter. Share the link. We have 362 live audience right now. When we hit 500, watching, then I will go live and start the broadcast. This is a very important broadcast, and I do not want people to miss in on that. We have 420 people right now, 426. Again, when we hit 500, I will start the broadcast. So please share the video, share the link as you come in. I see SNC Austria branch says, good evening, sir. The tension is so high. Yes, I can understand that. Brownie Eric, share please. Somewhere about is watching. Vicky Gavin, Malfo Akafo, Musa Trouble. Wanja, thanks, sir. Please, let's share the video. All right, we have right now 550, 570 watching. That is a wonderful job. Please, if you are just joining, keep sharing the video. Let's have as many people as possible. This piece of information is very, very vital, very, very critical, and we want as many people as possible to join the broadcast. We have 644 right now. I will do this. When we hit 700, I will start with the broadcast. So please keep on sharing the clip, the link on your Facebook, on your Twitter, wherever you know you can share, on WhatsApp. Please go ahead and share. We have exactly 714 watching right now, and I think I should not keep you any longer waiting before we start the broadcast. So I am going to go ahead to start the broadcast. Again, this is a very, very important broadcast, and I really wanted to get as many people as possible. That is why I didn't want to jump into it. Now I can start. Fellow Ambazonians, good evening. Last Friday, January 26, made it exactly 3 weeks since our president, Sisiko Ayuk and 11 others were abducted in Abuja, Nigeria. The interim government, through the communications department, has been on the case ever since, coming to you on several occasions with updates on the situation. Today, I come to you with the news that will certainly break your heart. But we have no choice but to confirm the news that our president, Sisiko Ayuk and 46 others were extradited to La République du Cameroon from Nigeria by the Nigerian government. The extradition took place, we have gathered, last Friday night. We cannot immediately explain to you the circumstances that led to their extradition by the Nigerian government to La République du Cameroon. All we can say is that the Nigerian government is a big embarrassment, both to the southern Cameroon's people, the Nigerian people, citizenry, and of course the international community. Now, you are all aware that only this week, I returned from Nigeria, where I had made several higher level contacts in which I was given assurances that under no circumstances would our people, our leaders, Sisiko and others, be transferred to La République du Cameroon. In fact, while I was in Nigeria, I produced an audio message which came to you to the effect that there are firm assurances that they would not be moved to Cameroon. The Nigerian government had made assurances that under no circumstances would they be moved to Cameroon. My assurances to you in that audio tape was based on the number of meetings I had in Nigeria, which I will now explain to you. This is very important so that you understand why at the interim government we were confident that things were not going to take this route. And we keep on telling you so because we believe the news and the information that we were getting. I spent about a week in Abuja, Nigeria last week. I arrived Abuja on Friday, the 19th of January. Besides the media outings that I made, I also had meetings with the head of the Nigerian National Commission for Refugees, the NCR, and of course, some top-level officials of UNHCR, that is the United Nations High Commission for Refugees in Nigeria. In fact, I met with the head of of UNHCR in Nigeria and ECOWAS. Of course, I also had meetings with the lawyers that the interim government had hired to pursue the case of our abducted leaders. So you can imagine that meeting with these three groups, I gathered as much information as possible about the situation, and which is why when I put out the audio that I put last week, I was confident we have right-hand information. The meeting with the officials of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees to me was the most important. On arriving in Nigeria on Friday the 19th, I had received information that the United Nations High Commission for Refugee officials had met with our leaders on Thursday, the 18th, January 18th, just the day before I arrived in Nigeria. But this was all third-party information that I was getting. The details were rather vague. Following that information, I made a visit to the head office of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees in Abuja on Monday, the 22nd, hoping by chance I did speak with an official there who could confirm the information that I was getting. But it wasn't possible. Not knowing who I am, they will not speak to me then. However, same Monday, later in the afternoon, I met with Barrister F.R.A. Barrister F.R.A. is the head or the lead lawyer in Nigeria working on the case on our behalf. F.R.A. said he could facilitate my meeting with the UN officials. That meeting was scheduled for Wednesday. That is, last Wednesday. I went in at 10 a.m. Amber time, and the meeting lasted for a little over an hour with the UN officials in their office. Now, this meeting, I must say, was the most important thing that happened during my trip to Nigeria. Even more important than the press conferences and the press appearances that I made. The reason being that until that meeting took place, I was only being told by third parties that somebody, the UNHCR people, have met with our abducted leaders. Who did they meet? And how? And where was the meeting? Was very vague, was still very vague. But here finally I thought was the opportunity to actually see and hear, meet the person who have actually met our leaders, our abducted leaders. The UNHCR ranking officials who were part of the team that met with our leaders that Thursday, the 18th of January, said, or they told me in that meeting that a small delegation from their office was allowed by Nigerian authorities, specifically the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Security in Nigeria, to visit our leaders. That Thursday, January 18th. They said they met all our leaders, the 12 of them, including the female who is amongst them. They said they had a conversation with our leaders in a group setting, and that they all confirm, our leaders all confirm, our abducted leaders, they all confirmed to the UN officials that they were doing just fine. They said our leaders told them that apart from the fact that they were not allowed communication with the outside world, that they were being properly taken care of. They said the abductees have, had a medical doctor who was attending to them regularly. They did not, they did not allow access. They were not allowed access to newspapers, nor were they allowed to watch television. The officials said when the UNHCR officials were initially, when our leaders were initially picked up, they were put in underground basement confinement in Nigeria. However, when concerns were being raised and the lawyers began to create alarm on the situation, their living arrangement was changed. The official said UNHCR was making progress with the Nigerian authorities towards their release after their living arrangement was changed. Talks were ongoing for their release. the official said, or they told me as I met with them. I asked the official how soon they thought it may take for our leaders to be released by the Nigerian authorities. And they said, possibly in another 2 weeks. If they were not, however, released within the 2 weeks, I was told the UNHCR will press the government of Nigeria to allow them access, to allow our leaders, our abducted leaders, access to family and their lawyers. They added that, according to the conversation, I'm not referring to the officials of UNHCR, that according to the conversation they had with our leaders, since they were abducted, they had not, again, they had not or never been formally interrogated. Apart from normal data taking, which entails filling of biographical data forms. That was the only form of interrogation UNHCR officials said they had received. I also asked the officials whether they were aware of the reasons behind their abduction, behind the Nigerian government abducting them. And I was told that their arrest or abduction was connected to, number one, alleged military training camps found in Nigeria for southern Cameroon groups. Again, the word is alleged. Number two, alleged insurgent attacks by various Ambazonia self-defense groups on the Cameroon army, and others that I cannot mention here. The UNHCR official also said that the Nigerian government appeared to be under pressure from La République du Cameroun to do something with the interim government operating from its territory. They added that Nigeria couldn't be harboring, in quote, terrorists against Cameroon. Now, that was Cameroon government persuasion to the Nigerian government, that the Nigerian government, in quote, could not be harboring terrorists against La République du Cameroon, while Cameroon cooperates with Nigeria against Boko Haram. Besides this, Nigeria, she said, my authorities said, was concerned that Biafra could fraternize with the Ambazonian struggle in exchange for same, should Ambazonia become a sovereign nation. However, in spite of these concerns that they said the Nigerian government was raising and the pressure that was being put on the Nigerian government by La République du Cameroon, the UNHCR officials said that the Nigerian authorities have taken a strong and unequivocal position, a very clear and firm stance that they cannot and will not deport or extradite our leaders, plus the other 39 Cameroonians or southern Cameroonians under any circumstances to La République du Cameroon. We also discussed the situation of the detained 39 who were then at a different location. And as of that Wednesday that we had the meeting, the UNHCR was already aware that they, the 39, were going to be transferred to Abuja by the Nigerian government, not by the immigration or UNHCR, but by the Nigerian government for interrogation connected to the alleged training camps. Yesterday, I exchanged messages with a UNHCR official about the 39 after we started hearing information about their transfer to Abuja, and they confirmed that they are in Abuja, but that they are still making plans, or they were still making plans to meet them. However, today, January 29, with all the media allegations beginning since Friday of our detainees being moved to Cameroon, I contacted the lawyers in Nigeria who had, as of last Friday, filed a motion in the High Court in Abuja to have the Nigerian government produce our detainees, our abductees. The lead lawyer, F.R.A, confirmed to me this afternoon, American time, by telephone conversation, and also in a later press statement, that his contacts in the office of the Nigerian Vice President and the Minister of Foreign Affairs have confirmed the extradition of our leaders to La République du Cameroon. We have since also received some other contradicting reports about the extradition. La République du Cameroon minister reported that they have 47 of our leaders in their custody. And we are aware that they are supposed to be 51 in totality. That is, if you should add the 39 to the 12. An intelligence report we received a few minutes ago this afternoon says that it is very apparent that some of our leaders were not extradited to La République du Cameroon. We have to find out why the numbers don't match up and who exactly was left in Nigeria, because if you had 12 leaders and 39 refugees and they can only account for 47, it means there are still some in Nigeria, which we don't know yet. The Crisis Management Committee of the interim government met a short while ago to do a quick assessment of the situation and to chart the way forward from here. The meeting will continue tomorrow, and right after that, I shall be coming to you to inform you of the decisions it takes. In the meantime, what the Nigerian government has done, they will certainly have to pay for it. There is no doubt about that as far as this interim government is concerned. What the Nigerian government has done today by extraditing our people to Cameroon, they will certainly pay for it. They will certainly pay for it. They will get a response from this interim government. For La République du Cameroon, what has happened is kerosene poured into the fire. That fire will burn until all our people gain their freedom and the southern Cameroons become a sovereign nation. Take my words for that. If everybody is dead and I alone I am left, I will enforce this decision. One thing is clear with what just happened, which is proof of what we have always known from the beginning of this struggle, that the United Nations, the Commonwealth, the AU, the EU, all these so-called international nations, international organizations, they don't care about us, about our plight, about our struggle. They are behind La République du Cameroon. If we wait for them, they won't come to our help. They will wait till Yaounde kills almost all of us before they come to help us. We saw what happened in Rwanda. We saw what happened in Southern Sudan. Right now, we know that nobody, no diplomacy is going to give us our country back. We have to take it back by ourselves and by all means. That is what we know right now. And now, the moment has come. Yaounde will hear from us. We call upon everybody in the southern Cameroons to get ready to defend his or herself and to defend our territory. This interim government has just gotten a wake-up call, and we are ready for the task. We are ready to take up the challenge. Taking our leaders to Yaounde isn't stopping this revolution. If they force them into any dialogue or any form of agreement while they are held incommunicado in Yaounde, you should rest assured that it will not, such an agreement or arrangement will not be binding upon this interim government. We are ready and determined now, more than ever before, to fight. Ambazonians should rest assured that this revolution has no other destination than Boya. And the rest of our leaders isn't going to, and the arrest of our leaders, of course, it isn't going to derail this struggle. The fight has just started. We all are called upon, every one of us, every Ambazonian, called upon to be ready for the challenge that lies ahead right now. War is declared upon us, and war we accept. We will fight till we live free or die. We will fight till the southern Cameroon is free. That is the ultimate destination. Please make sure you have enough food provision in your homes, whether you live in the southern Cameroon or in La République du Cameroon. Get your children off the school grounds before it becomes too late. La République du Cameroon is about to hear from us, and the days ahead are going to test many people's resolve as far as this revolution is concerned. I will be coming back to you tomorrow with a situation report. In the meantime, again, I want to emphasize to you today that this is a moment that tests our resolve. We are equal to the task of this battle. The interim government is resolved, is determined to take this battle to the next level. And in the days to come, I will be bringing you information as to what plan we have going forward from here. But again, make no mistake, this is a challenge that has been brought to us. Many people have died. Many people have been killed. Many people are living in exile. Many people are living in tattered places in refugee camps. And the arrest of 39 people out of 8, the arrest of 51 people out of 8 million of us isn't going to stop this revolution at this moment. We have gone too far to look back or to turn back. That is a message the interim government wants me to bring to you. And rest assured, the war has just started. The war has just begun. Again, I am not going to take questions today, but that is a message I bring to you. I shall be coming back to you almost on a daily basis now to update you on what the interim government is doing. Thanks for listening today. I am Chris, I'm your communication secretary.